lay down on my bed and scanned the letter again. Masai-sama, please forgive my improper conduct in the past. I know that my requests have been strange, but the sincerity with which you have undertaken them has made me very happy. Because of that, I'm starting to think of you as someone that I can really trust. This is my final request. It is unrelated to the matter of whether or not I can trust you. I only wish to know. I wish to know if you are truly a boy. Really? What a weird question. But Placenteri had written before that she had rarely even seen a man before. After all, I'm still not certain if you are truly a boy. To be honest, I still believe you may be a woman dressed in men's clothing. She had made confessions like that in her earlier letters. That's why she wanted proof. When she said that, she could prepare herself as a woman. What does prepare herself as a woman mean? It was certainly an evocative phase. But anyway, that certainly would be proof, but please, don't worry. I've made preparations such that no one else will be there. I'll be the only one who sees you. Yes, it will be for my eyes only. You know what? Don't do it, Messiah. It's a trap. Oh my god, really? I wish to see your throbbing manhood. Oh my, how could I say that? It's definitely Ayaka. What kind of person is this girl? It was hard to say. I would know once I meet her. Don't do it. It's definitely a trap now, jeez. With that last letter, you should have realized this was all a prank, Messiah. I had dozed off without realizing it. I glanced at the clock reflexively. Still had 30 minutes left. I should take a shower before I go. Now that it was me, it was starting to get humid, and I was a little bit sweaty. If I was going to show off my body, I should at least get it clean first. And sing in the shower. Masaya-san! Masaya-san! He appears to have already gone. We should split up and look for him. Then, this just can't be anything good. Now that we know, plathrough means joke. Of course it would. Now for some fresh underwear there. Well, time to go. I'm sorry to ask you to accompany me, Mitsuka-sama. I don't mind. I don't have anything better to do. But I'm really concerned. Out of nowhere, she tells me don't come to Maria Hall today. Yes, it certainly is a curious statement. In addition, my sister is unconnected to Maria Hall. She should have no business there. Maria Hall? Should be pretty empty right now, shouldn't it? It's 3 o'clock on a Saturday. I'm sure there's no one there. What could Ayaka-sama be doing there all by herself? Really, I have an awful feeling about this. Let's go. Yes. Right. Oh, I hear voices. Yes, it sounds like they're coming from the Red Rose Society room. Huh? And one of them sounds like a boy, which means... Oh, wait, Konami. Not so fast. This is the teenager serpent we're dealing with. Ayaka-sama's virtue could be in peril. Her virtue? But it's a reasonable assumption. They must have come here to Maria Hall for an early afternoon rendezvous. Konami. 5 minutes earlier. Don't really need to set up for the worst situation imaginable. It was my first time in the Redwood Society room. However, its architecture and decor were the same as the other rooms in Maria Hall, so I couldn't tell them apart at a glance. There was a chair in the middle of the room that Placentere had probably left there for me. I sat down in it. Down to your underwear. That had been her instruction. In other words, she wanted to see me naked except for my boxers. I really hope this will be okay. I fidgeted nervously in the chair. She was apparently telling the truth about precautions. The building was completely empty. I knew I'd be in big trouble if anyone saw me here like this. But I wonder if Placentere really is watching. It was the same way in the cathedral. Where could she possibly be watching me from? Probably hidden cameras. When the request was for something outside, I always felt someone watching me, but it would be harder to stay out of sight indoors. The door was right in front of me. I kept my eyes fixed on it, my body tense. I wonder how long I'm supposed to stay like this anyway. And then, as if to justify my budding anxiety, there was a knock at the door. Huh. The tiniest of sounds leaked out of my mouth, but I didn't answer. But the knocking continued and the door opened a crack. Huh?
Bonjour!
And Ayaka. Ayaka-san? About this. This is not what it looks like. I moved to cover my crotch. A pointless endeavor as she calmly approached me. And what does it look like? I wonder. No. Oh my. She let out a sudden squeal of delight, poking at me with a finger. So hot. And hard. Yuriko-san said something similar, so she probably touched my hand. Oh no! You two are that close already? How close do you mean? But your muscles really are hard. The clothing really must mask it. As she spoke, she continued tracing my shoulder with her finger. They're very hot too. You don't have a fever, do you? It's because I'm embarrassed. Oh my, but there's nothing to feel embarrassed about. It's just us here, after all. The more I watched Ayaka-san's placid smile, the more I began to realize that she must know the situation. I decided to voice my concerns openly. Ayaka-san, did you know that I was going to beat her like this? Yes, of course. After all, I'm Placentere. My mouth fell open and I stared at her in disbelief. But Ayaka-san, you said you didn't have a title. If it was Ayaka-san who wrote the love letter, that might actually be a good thing. But she just laughed. Wow, you really are naive. But that's what I like about you. Huh? Placentere means joke. Huh? So that's what this has been? I might be slow on the uptake, but I'd finally caught on. You mean this was all a lie? I felt so disappointed. I glared at Hayaka-san through the corners of my eyes. Why would you do this to me? Because you're cute, Masaya-kun. Ah, that part isn't a joke. So, I just couldn't help but tease you. I'm sorry. Are you really mad? A little. I'm sorry. To be honest, I wasn't sure how to approach a boy. Approach me? That's why I listened to the rumors and watched you for so long. After all, just knowing you're a boy doesn't tell me anything about who you are. Since Rise brought you here, I knew that you were at least trustworthy. But I can't just rely on other people's opinions. So, I watched and waited, and I finally approached you at the May Festival. I see. I remember Tommy-san's words. Oh? But you've been a whole month now. I never knew Hayaka-sama was so cautious. But how to proceed from there? I'm not an association representative, and we're not on the same grade level. Oh, we're recruiting affiliates now, if you wanted to join us. Me? No, I'm not cut out for it. Really? You don't know, Masaya-kun, just how bad my reputation at Vincennes is. I think doing things like this is going to lower your reputation even more. Sorry. You wanted me to sit around waiting like this? Did you know what would happen if someone saw me? Oh, don't worry. I told Vitsuko and the others not to come today. But still. Please forgive me. I'll do whatever it takes. Whatever it takes? Ah, your eyes are shining. You said, whatever it takes? As I spoke, I grabbed Hayaka-san's shoulders in a tight grip. She was so slender, I felt like she would break if I applied just a little bit of force. Really, Messiah? Sounds great. I'm in my underwear anyway. I was taller than her when we were standing, and I looked down into her face. I looked straight into her eyes. Her gaze wavered. I looked down, my eyes tracing the line of her bust. I then looked back into her eyes and made a show of licking my lips. It was the most lecherous face I could manage. Are you ready? Hayaka-san gulped, finally satisfied I spoke. Just kidding. Just as I said that, the door opened with a bang. Really? The three Red Rose Society girls burst in with Konami-chan at the head of the pack. Their faces turned white immediately. I thought you said no one would be here. Yes, most certainly did. Tsuko, what are you doing here? That's what I would like to know, sister. So, this really was a rendezvous. I'm disappointed in you too, Masaya-sama. No, that's not what it is. Well, it's just... No excuses, please. Masaya-sama's state of dress is all the proof I need. Actually, there's a reason for that. No, I wish I could believe it was only a rendezvous. Ayaka-sama, come here quickly! Run! What? Mitsuki-san, failing to notice Ayaka-san's confusion, turned to the other two. Don't you get it? Didn't you see the leer on his face when we burst in here? Ah, that was just... Before I could explain, Konami-chan cut me off in a loud voice. Yes! That's right! And did you see how he was holding her? He had her in a death grip, and he was sucking on her neck! No, I didn't go that far. So you were planning on it? Why would you assume that? Konami-chan turned on her heel and bolted from the room. I had a very bad feeling about this. Ayaka-sama, what's the matter? He didn't drug you, did he? No, of course not! For heaven's sake! It was all just a joke! Joke? Did you find them? I didn't see them anywhere. Neither did I. I see. So this is the only place left. But, do you think he'd come here? Maria Hall should be deserted at this time of day. Yes, but we should look in just to be sure. There goes Konami. Excuse me? Konami? Oh, Konami. Where are you off to in such a hurry? I'm going to fetch my Naginata. Huh? Your Naginata? I'm finally going to slay that teenager serpent. Teenager serpent? We should go. What? There's no one here. Let's check the other room. There are people there. What are you people doing? Huh. With the addition of the 3 White Lily Society members, the room is becoming quite crowded. I was about to explain. Masaya, why are you dressed like that? Rise-san, you've come just in time. This is the end result of that goal of yours. This man's true face. He assaults women. That can't be. It doesn't really help with you bending over. Oh, just listen to me already. Ayaka-san pounded on the table. It's all my fault. This is all a joke that went too far. A joke? Ah, then Placente Terry's true identity is you, Ayaka-sama? That's right. So this was all you're doing. I should have known. I've been apologizing this whole time. I don't recall this happening. I apologized to Masaya-kun, and I told him I would service him as many times as he wanted. And he forgave me. Service him? Please, don't add lies to your explanations. Sorry. So, in the end, what happened here? You're saying that this man, that Masaya-san, isn't at fault? Masaya-kun isn't at fault. The fault lies with my shy, maidenly heart that could only approach him in this manner. Come on, that's not a lie. No one said anything. Bam. Are you back with your naginata, Konami-chan? The door burst open again. This time I thought it actually might break. You had time change too. Oh. I've come at last! Now, my sisters! Leave the rest to me! Huh? This is one long chapter. I finally got to put on my clothes, which helped to mitigate my embarrassment and left Maria Hall behind. And here I was, so happy to get that love letter. I guess it's never that easy. Rise's perspective. Never did that before, LOL. So, that's what happened. After hearing the full explanation, I was finally convinced. Ayaka was famous around Benzines for her reckless behavior. But this time, it was clear she had gone a little too far. Too far. Or maybe I just feel sorry for him. Ayaka probably wasn't aware that I had only just heard about this myself. Ayaka-sama, there's something I need you to know. I need the Red Rose members to listen as well. I don't believe he was doing those things because he wanted a girlfriend. What do you mean? He told us before. He told us just before. Masaya-san is lonely. Lonely? It was in the newspaper, So I assume you're aware of his circumstances, Ayaka-sama?
ええ。
Yes.
剣ヶ丘町を離れている間、マサヤさんは友人を作らないようにしていたそうです。迷惑をかけてはいけないからと。
After he left Tsurugika-oka, Masaya-san refused to make friends. He was afraid that they'd be pulled into his family troubles.
番線路に入り、お金の問題も解決して、そういう心配はなくなったわけですが。
Once he entered Vincennes and his money troubles were behind him, he no longer had to worry about that anymore.
そんな経験から友達が欲しいのだと言っていました。
But because of what happened to him in the past, he said he wanted to make lots of friends.
そうなんだ。
I see.
ラブレターの件もただ相手が女子だから会いたいとかそればかりではなくて。
He wasn't doing those things in the letter, asked because he wanted to meet a girl, or anything like that.
せっかくだから友達の輪を広げたいと、そういうことだったようです。
It's because he wanted to expand his circle of friends. That's all. Ayaka feels horrible.
姉さんはそうした気持ちを踏みにじってしまったのよ。
So you trampled on those feelings, sister.
まあ大丈夫でしょう。本人そこまで気にしてなかったみたいだし。
Look, it's fine. He didn't seem too bothered by it himself.
顔と内心が異なるなんてよくあることだわ。
People don't always show their true feelings.
あとほら、年上の美人のお姉さんとも仲良しになれたことだし、結果オーライということで。
Besides, he got to make friends with a beautiful older woman too. It all works out in the end.
誰のことを言っているんですか？
And who might that be?
私よ。言わせないでよ、恥ずかしい。
Me! Don't make me say it. It's embarrassing.
本当に仲良しになれているのならいいんですけどね。
I would accept that explanation if you really were his friend.
でも本当にそんなには怒っていなかったみたいだし。
Well, he didn't seem too angry about it. Either way.
怒っていなくても姉さんと今後とも付き合っていきたいと思うかどうかはまた別だわ。
Even if he isn't angry about it, that doesn't mean he'll want to speak with you again.
そうだけど。何よ、リツコったら意地悪じゃない。
That's true, but... Hey, Ritsuko. Now you're just being mean.
意地悪されたのは彼の方ですよ。
No meaner than you were to him.
まあ大丈夫だと思いますけどね。あいつ根に持つタイプじゃないから。
Well, I think he'll be okay. He's not the type to hold a grudge after all.
うん。
Right.
明日また謝ればもう全然気にしないと思いますよ。
Apologize to him again tomorrow, and I'm sure it'll all become water under the bridge.
わかった。ありがとう。
Got it. Thanks. That night, I was reading a comic book I'd ordered in the mail. No orders were acceptable if approved by the school, when I heard a knock at my door. Coming. Oh, Tsuko-chan.
ごきげんよう。
Salutations. Good evening. What's wrong?
昼間は本当に申し訳ありませんでした。
I feel I must apologize for this afternoon. Huh? Oh, for your sister? Atsuko-chan nodded. Oh, well, it's okay. Really.
姉は確かによく妙なことをするのですが、ただ悪気はないんです。
My sister does strange things from time to time, but there's no malice behind them. Yeah, I know.
こんなきっかけではありますけれど、せっかくなので仲良くしていただけたらと思います。
I know that what she did was unfortunate, but I hope that you will get along with her. Watching her act so timidly, I couldn't help but smile. Atsuko-chan, you really do care about your sister. came to cover for her.
フォローではありませんよ。尻拭いです。
I am not covering for her. I am mitigating the consequences of her actions. I think those are the same thing.
だいぶ違うと思いますが。
They are entirely different.
とにかく今回ばかりは姉も反省しているみたいですので。
Regardless, I believe my sister truly regrets her actions this time. With that, she gave a stiff bow. Well, I wasn't really bothered by it. Wow, really? It's the exact same thing. I get to make friends with a beautiful older woman, which is actually better.
そうですか。
Really? Huh? Did I say something strange?
いえ、何も。
No, nothing. She smiled for once, and suddenly I heard a cell phone vibrating.
失礼。姉さんからだわ。
Excuse me. It is a message from my sister. She sounded surprised as she checked the phone. As she looked at the screen, she knitted her brows angrily. What is it?
いえ、まったく姉さんにも本当呆れたわ。下の根も乾かないうちに。
No, I just really can't believe her. I only just finished talking when... She bowed again with a sigh, then turned to leave. Strangely concerned, I tried to stop her. Excuse me. Did Ayaka-san do something again?
つまらない嘘です。
She's lying again. She turned back to me, shoulders slumped.
一体どういうつもりなのか、私にもわからなくなってきました。
What is she trying to accomplish? I really don't know anymore. You can talk to me about it if you want. What did she say? Mitsuko-chan silently showed me the screen. The subject of the email was "Help me." Huh? The body of the message seemed to be written hurriedly. It read, "Abducted by gangsters. Do something." I felt an anxiety come over me that left my mouth dry, but Mitsuko-chan was unamused.
妙なところで細かいものです。わざと打ち間違いを装って見せたりして。
Such attention to detail. She even intentionally hit the wrong keys in a few places. I don't think she's lying this time, though. Intentionally? But was that really the case? Where is Ayaka-san right now? She wouldn't be outside, would she?
そう。
I don't know. Let's stop by her room, just in case. Mitsuko-chan seemed dubious, but didn't argue either, as she started walking down the hall. She's not here.
イルスかもしれません。
She might be pretending to be out. You don't think... Does Ayaka-san ever leave the school grounds? Ise-san seemed to know of some ways to bypass security.
よくあります。姉の場合は気にせず出て行ってしまうのですが。
She does it often. They let her leave school whenever she wants. They let her?
無断で出入りしようとすれば、ガルディエンヌが詰め所から駆けつけてきます。
When someone tries to leave without permission, the guardian come after them from the guard station.
でも姉は気にせず行ってしまうので、途中から母も校長先生も諦めてしまったようです。
But since my sister always leaves anyways, our mother, the headmistress, eventually gave up. That's right, Ritsuko-chan and Ayaka-san are the headmistress's daughters. If she went out, there's a chance that this was true. I'm just worried about the gangsters part. Huh? The goons I was worried about. I think they might still be abducting girls. Mitsuko-chan, did you hear? Risa-san was almost abducted too.
そうだったんですか？
Huh? Really? Yeah, so...
その話は初耳ですが、ただ報道部の新聞にその二人組のことは触れられていました。
I had not heard about that, but she would have learned about the gangsters from your article in the newspaper.
その情報を踏まえてメールの文章に混ぜたと、そんな風に解釈もできます。
It is possible to assume that she mixed that information into her message intentionally. Yeah, but I doubt she'd try to pull prank so soon after feeling bad about the last one. Doesn't really make sense. That's true, but it was still bothering me. Of course, Mitsuko-chan was her sister and she was probably right, but... Anyway, let's check with the Guardian. They won't talk to me if I go alone, but I'm sure they'll tell me if you're with me. Before she could answer, I was off down the hall. A moment later, I heard her footsteps trailing behind me.
Masaya-sama?
Masaya-sama? Yeah? I kept walking as she spoke.
なぜ姉の言うことを信じるんですか？今日騙されたことが分かったばかりだというのに。
Why do you believe my sister? She already tricked you once today. I don't believe her 100%.
じゃあ
Then what? The possibility is there. If we go there and we find out she's lying, then we'll deal with that then. Mitsuko-chan asked the guardian and they gave us the information freely. Apparently, Ayaka-san did leave school grounds around sundown, and she hadn't come back yet either. Now the question is, where is she? If the goons really had done something to her, there would be no way of knowing where they took her.
一応分かることは分かりますが。
Well, we do have some idea. What? Really? Where is she?
今は分かりません。ただ、携帯には GPS がついています。
I don't know right now, but there is a GPS device in her cell phone. Oh, that's right!
携帯の位置情報は校長先生に尋ねれば分かると思いますが。
If we ask the headmistress, we could learn the current location of her cell phone. Then let's go! You don't think she'd gotten home yet, do you? It was already dusk, but there was still light streaming from a window in the school building.
普段から遅くまで残業しています。きっとまだ校長室にいるかと思います。
It is common for her to work late. I'm certain that she's still in her office. Okay, let's go. As we walked towards it, Mitsuko-chan frowned. Mitsuko-chan, do you really think I'm worrying too much?
いえ、私にも分からなくなってきました。ただ、母に会いに行くかと思うと、ちょっと。
No, you've convinced me that it's worth investigating. But when I think about facing my mother, You don't get along? She turned her eyes to me with an uneasy expression.
あなたですよ。
It's you. What?
どんな理由であれ、母があなたを歓迎してくれるとは思えませんので。
Regardless of the reason, I do not think my mother will welcome your presence. Then just don't go in there.
まったく、バカバカしい。
For heaven's sake, what a lot of nonsense. That was the first thing she said upon hearing our explanation. Even as we spoke, I didn't get any sense that the headmistress was worried about her daughter. On the contrary, she didn't even try to hide the sour look on her face.
おこのぎまさやくん、君は知らないのです。まあ、知らなくて当然ではありますが。
Okanagi Masaya-kun, you don't seem to be aware. Well, perhaps that's only natural. About what?
はっきり言って、あの子には虚言癖があります。あの子の嘘はもう聞き飽きました。
To be blunt, the girl is a compulsive liar. The other girls are all fed up with her.
くだらない虚言に振り回されるなど、あまりに馬鹿げたことです。
They're all tired of being run roughshod by her lies. A compulsive liar? I think that's taking it a little bit too far.
君があの子の何を知っているというのです？
You don't know anything about her. Well, that's true, but the impression I get from talking to her is that they're just harmless pranks, nothing malicious.
君の印象など聞いていません。
I have no interest in your impressions.
まったく、あれには困らされてしまいます。番宣始まって以来の不良だわ。
For heaven's sake, all the trouble she's caused me. She's the first delinquent in Vincine's history. I wouldn't call her a delinquent. I barely got in words out when the headmistress fixed me with a glare.
教師の言うことは聞かない。校則は守らない。そして勝手に外に出て行く。
She doesn't listen to her teachers. She doesn't follow school rules. She leaves the grounds whenever she wants.
これが不良でなくて何が不良だというのですか？
If that's not delinquent behavior, I don't know what is. But she isn't hurting anyone, is she?
Eh?
What? Something about my argument seemed to surprise her, and her narrowed eyes widened. She did run me around a little bit, but she apologized afterwards. I don't think a delinquent would do that.
人は傷つかないとしても、バンセンヌの威信は傷ついていますよ。
Even if she isn't hurting people, she's hurting the reputation of Vincennes.
考えてもごらんなさい。あの子が下界に出て何か不始末をしでかす。それは悪評としてそのまま我が校に跳ね返ってくるのです。
Consider this. She's down in the lower world causing mischief. Anything she does there reflects on her school's reputation.
まあ、君のような部外者に何を言ったところで始まりませんが。
Of course, I wouldn't expect an outsider like you to understand.
部外者ってマサヤ様は留学生だわ。
An outsider? Masaya-sama is a transfer student.
それが何だというの？まさかお前、解放に共鳴してしまったのではないだろうね。
What is that supposed to mean? You aren't beginning to side with liberalization, are you?
そういうわけではないけれど、ただ事実がそうだから。
Of course not. But it is the truth, so...
それが何だというの？私は最後まで反対だったのだから。それをあの理事長が。
What is that supposed to mean? You know that I'm against it no matter what. You can tell that chairwoman of yours too. Excuse me. We still hadn't gotten to tell her the reason we had come in the first place, and we really don't have time to waste. We wanted to ask you for a favor.
お願い？
A favor? Mitsuko, she mentioned that you could find out where people's cell phones are.
それが？
And we were hoping you could tell us where Ayaka-sama's is right now.
それを知ってどうしようというのです？
And what will you do if I tell you? What do you mean? It's obvious. We'll go and check on her. I was getting annoyed with her obliviousness, but as she spoke next, it seemed that she wasn't as oblivious as she seemed.
さっき私が言ったことをもう忘れたのですか？こんなものは虚言に決まっています。
Have you forgotten what I just said? It's all just a big lie. We don't know that. I found myself raising my voice unconsciously. I strained to rein in my voice and continued. We don't know that for sure. It could still be true.
よりにもよってヤクザに誘拐されたなどと。あの子はこんなことを言うことで同情を引こうとしているんだわ。
To suggest she could be abducted by gangsters is ridiculous. She's just doing this to get attention. Attention.
言い過ぎだわ。
Mother, that's too far. You just don't know. So Gigaoko seems safe, but there really are gangsters there.
それがあんなものどこにだっているでしょう。
And there are elements like that no matter where you go. But they're really dangerous. Rize-san says she was attacked by them once before.
リセが？それはいつの話です？私は聞いていませんよ。
Rize was? When did this happen? This is the first I've ever heard of it. Huh. Apparently that was something she was trying to keep on the down low. Anyway, putting that aside for now, we need to know where Ayaka-san is right now.
重大な校則違反ですよ。
This is a gross violation of school rules. Probably gross. Huh?
定められた期間を除き、学校の敷地を出るのは重大な校則違反であると言っているのです。
Leaving school grounds outside of a designated hours is a gross violation of school rules.
校長である私の目の前で校則を破ろうというのなら、見過ごすことはできませんね。
I cannot overlook someone trying to break school rules right in front of my eyes. I couldn't take it anymore. Who cares about school rules? There's no time to be worrying about that right now.
やっと本音が出ましたね。外部の人間はきっとそんなことを言うだろうと思っていました。
So you show your real face. That's exactly the kind of thing an outsider would say. I was starting to get dizzy from frustration. There's something going on that was more important than rules, more important than anything. Why couldn't she see that? If you want to punish me, you can.
マサヤ様
Masaya-sama. I'm an outsider after all, and as far as I'm concerned, fencing's rules be damned.
まあ汚い言葉を。
My, even employing vulgarities. Please, just tell me where Ayaka-san is.
私に自ら校則違反の手伝いをしろというのですか？
Are you asking me to break school rules myself? Don't you care about your daughter? I was getting desperate. Maybe she is lying, but there's also a possibility that she is in real trouble. You can punish me later if you want, but if I'm going to save her, I have to do it now.
母さんマサヤ様の言う通りだわ
Mother, Masaya-sama is correct. Matsuko-chan had been standing passively by my side, but now supported me for the first time. The headmistress gave her a cold glare.
お前まで下界の空気に毒されてしまったようね。母さんは悲しいわ。
You have been poisoned by the air of the lower world too. I'm heartbroken.
母さん
Mother!
わかりました。
Very well. The headmistress hit a few keys and some paper came out of the printer.
私は信じたわけではありませんよ。
This does not mean that I believe you. I took the paper silently. There was a location marked in color on the map. My house? This cross-shaped mark is where Ayaka-san is, right?
ええ。
Yes. Got it. I took the paper in my hand and turned to leave.
どうやって行くのです？バスは1時間に1本しか来ませんよ。
How are you going to get there? Only one bus runs an hour. There are bikes on the school ground, aren't they? I'll borrow one of them.
勝手になさい。
Do as you like. Please contact the guardian. Tell them I'm going outside. I left the room before she could respond. Exactly. As we ran, I asked another question. The headmistress and Yaka-san really don't get along, do they? Sadly, no. Ritsuko-chan nodded vaguely. I led Ritsuko-chan up to the entranceway, then turned around. You should stay here.
いえ私も行きます
No, I'm coming with you. What?
マサヤ様の話を聞いているうち私も少し不安になってきましたから
After everything you said, I've started to worry. Huh, right. But will it be okay? They might let me go out, but I'm sure they'll stop you.
その時はその時ですとにかく行きましょう
We'll deal with that when that happens. Anyway, let's go. Right. There was something nice about seeing Mitsuko-chan assert herself. There were several cars in the parking lot and an unlocked bicycle. Just one. Mitsuko-chan, you can ride the on the luggage rack. I quickly amended.
はいうまく乗れるかどうかわかりませんが
Yes. Though, I don't know how well it will go. What do you mean?
失礼荷台に乗るのは初めてなので
It's my first time riding excuse me, on the luggage rack. Okay. Then just hold on to me,
わ
tight.
かりました
Very well. The gate was already open by the time we reached it, but a guardian was standing protectively in front of it.
待ちなさい、停止。
Hold on there! Stop! What is it? The headmistress contacted you. Didn't she?
私が報告を聞いているのはおこのぎまさや君だけだ。律子のことは聞いていない。
Her instructions, Okanagi Messiah, only applied to you. She said nothing about Ritsuko.
母が言い忘れたか失礼ですがガルディエンヌが聞き漏らしたのではないでしょうか
Perhaps Mother forgot to say it. Or, if you'll beg my pardon, you simply misheard?
え、まさか。
I don't think so.
とにかくもう一度問い合わせてみてください
Regardless, I encourage you to speak to her again.
待っていなさい。
Wait here a moment. And then just take
友
off.
達です
Now. Right. And off they go.
待ちなさい。待て。
Wait! The road led downhill, so it was faster going down. Guardian's voice was behind us in an instant as we raced down the empty road at full speed.
たく油断も隙間ありゃしね
Damn, can't let my guard down for a minute. You're still bending over. Let me go!
え痛えかけ俺の方がもっと痛えんだ
Hurts, doesn't it? Well, you hurt me first. He pointed to his rapidly swelling cheek.
メールなんぞ出しやがるからたく器用な女だぜ
And he sent an email out too. Jeez, you sneaky little one. I had only tied her up in a functionary fashion before. Now the cord bit tighter into her wrist. It was impossible for her to move. Why are they at Messiah's house though? Still weird. He scowled at the man. I guess it is still like paid 3 months in advance, so 2 months left or something. She had great confidence in her gait and her glare, but the man didn't seem to move in the slightest.
うまく銭がゲットできないんですけどね
Hopefully we can make some good money off of this.
そうだな早くこんなところは出て行きてえもんだ
Yeah, I want to get out of this place as fast as I can.
あれ親父不動産屋の言ったことを本気にしてるんですか
Huh? Boss? You believe what that old landlord said?
うるせえ悪いか
Shut up. What if I did?
幽霊なんて絶対出ないですって
There's not going to be any ghosts.
これお前がやれ操作がわからん
Here, you do it. I don't know how it works.
え
Huh? He tossed him the cell phone. Ayaka had been abducted right after she left the store on her way back to the bus stop. She was looking at what she had bought, thinking this will make Masaya-kun happy, and hadn't noticed the car approaching from behind her. Then suddenly the car door opened. In the same moment, a hand lashed out, pulling Ayaka into the car in a split second. Then the car sped away. Nobody even noticed what had happened. Her mouth was sealed with tape and her hands were bound behind her. She was finally starting to get scared. It didn't seem real at first, but the unpleasantness of the tape on her mouth and the pain of the bonds on her wrists were unquestionably real. The sight of the street lamps streaming past the car window only aggravated her fear. She had no idea where they were taking her. After finishing his work, the man who had bound Ayaka had moved from the back to the front passenger seat.
親父変わりますか
Want me to drive, boss?
いやいいおめえはガキを見張ってろ
No, I'm fine. Watch over the kid.
大丈夫ですってちゃんと縛りましたから
It's fine. I tied her up real good.
けどうまくいくといいんすけどねあの野郎から絞った金も右から左に流れたようなもんだったからな
But this better go well. We went through that money we got out of that bastard quicker than I thought.
だがあれで借りた銭は清算できたこれからだ
But he cleared up his debt with that one. We gotta move on.
そうっすね
Yeah, guess so.
お姉ちゃんよおめえその制服番宣のだな
Hey, Carly. That's a Vincine's uniform, ain't it?
あの学校はネカチモしかいねえって話だからな
That's the school where all the silver spoon kids go. Yeah? The man had been in a rush. Her bonds were loose. Ayaka slowly twisted her wrist around and escaped from the cord. After she sent the email, the slightest movement gave her away, and the boss sent his underling flying back into the back seat.
早く逃げた方がいいんじゃないかしら
You should really try to run, you know?
その携帯には GPS も入っているしだからすぐに警察も来るはずよ
There's a GPS in my phone. The police will be here soon.
どうします親父
What should we do, boss?
まあすぐには来ねえだろう金の受け渡しになればどの道移動するそれより先に身内への連絡だ
They ain't coming too soon. If we want to get a ransom, we've got to keep moving. We've also got to call our family first. Huh?
そのメールの返答は来ているのか？
Did you get a response to her email?
返答はないっすね。
Response? None yet.
じゃあまだ見ていないか。真に受けなかったか。いずれ時間はまだあるの。
Guess they ain't seen it yet. Or didn't take it seriously. Either way, we still got time. The words hit her where she was most sensitive. Of course, that would be the natural conclusion to come to, but
律子が信じたと思えない。
Mitsuko probably didn't believe me. But if not Mitsuko, then who could she have sent it to? She didn't have any particularly close friends either. Asayaka. For some reason, the face of a boy she had just met popped up in her mind.
お、あったあった。父ってこれだな。パパじゃねえだろうな。
Oh, here we go. Dad. This is it. Not Daddy, huh? Without loathsome comment, he pressed the button and held the phone to his ear.
こんばんは。俺はよ、お宅の娘さんを預かっているものなんだが。
Oh, good evening. I've got your daughter in my custody and...
ちげえよ。警察じゃねえ。友達？てめえ何言ってやがる。誘拐だよ、誘拐。
Huh? No way. I get the cops. Huh? Friend? The hell are you talking about? This is a kidnapping. I bet even her dad won't believe him. This is the worst person to kidnap.
あ？嘘？嘘じゃねえっての。本当だよ。ああ、もう。
Huh? Lying? I ain't lying. This is the truth. Oh, jeez.
ちょっと、おめえから説明してくれや。おめえのパパ信じようとしねえぞ。
Here, you explain it to him. Your daddy ain't believe me. He was polite enough to cover up the receiver while he said that, then pressed the cell phone to her face. Hello? Hello?
あ、お父さん、私、彩香だけど。
Father? It's me. It's Ayaka. Aya-chan, is this another prank?
違うの。今回は本当で。
No! This time it's true! Please stop it already. I told your friends to. Stop doing these ridiculous things just to get spending money.
友達？
Friends? Had her father confused her kidnappers for friends of hers?
私に男友達なんているはずないじゃない。
But I don't have any male friends. Did he not even realize that? No, of course he wouldn't.
お父さん。
Dad? Aya-chan, if you don't stop this, your mother is going to get angry again. Listen, I'm going to keep this to myself. But whatever you do, do not play tricks on your mother. She becomes really unmanageable when she gets into a rage. Okay? Bye now. Beep.
なあ、どうした？
What is it? Looks like she got cut.
切れちまったみたいです。
Looks like she got cut off.
電話がか。
On the phone?
え
Yeah.
なんで？
How come?
さあ。なんか相手の野郎、全然信じていなかったみたいなんですが。
No clue. Sounds like the other guy. The guy on the other end didn't believe her.
信じないって誘拐をか。
He didn't believe she got kidnapped?
そうっす。
Looks like.
メールと違ってこっちが喋っているってのにか。
Even though we were here talking to him?
冷てえ親もあったもんだな。
That's some cold folks you got there.
私は狼少年だから。
Yeah, well, the girl. It's because I'm the boy who cried wolf.
おめえ、そんな顔して実は男だったのか？
You're really stupid, huh? Huh? Hey, you mean you're really a guy? With a face like that?
お前な
You dummy. But that wasn't the only reason. Her family didn't really want her anyway.
ああもう泣くんじゃねえ面倒なやつだな
Oh, jeez. She's crying. This is a pain in the ass.
おう清タバコ買ってこい
Really is kind of sad, though. Hey, Kiyoshi. Go buy some smokes.
あへ
Right. I hope they haven't moved since then. And park the bike.
ここなんですか？
Is this the place? Yeah.
すごいですね、マサヤ様。一瞬地図を見ただけで迷わず来られるなんて。
That's impressive, Masaya-sama. One look at the map and you found your way here immediately. Huh? Oh, no, I grabbed her by the hand and hid behind her streetlight.
何ですか？
What is it? Shh. I heard footsteps coming closer. I quickly spun around and pressed Tsukuchan's petite body against the wall.
んなところで下がってんじゃねえホテル行け
Quit messing around here and get a room. That took a while, huh? Thankfully, that was all the underlings said before moving on. Oh, sorry. I let her go and then pulled her by the hand again, going in the opposite direction of the underling. I let her underneath the stairs, then turned back to her and explained quickly. That guy just now was a kidnapper.
なぜわかるんですか？
Huh? How do you know that? He's one of the goons I told you about. He just came out from the apartment, so I'm sure of it. I heard him come down the steps, which means they're on the second floor. I looked up at the apartment. It was a rundown old place, but the rent was cheap, so most of the rooms were occupied. When I lived there was only one empty room. Right, you wait here, Ritsuko-chan.
どうするんですか？
Huh? But what do you intend to do? I'm going to have a look inside.
見てくるって。
Huh? A look inside? Yeah. I used to live here, so I know a secret way in. Don't worry. I won't let them see me. If it really turns sour, I'll need you to call the police. So just wait here, okay?
わかりました。
Very well. Okay, I'm counting on you. I went around to the back of the building, climbed the rain gutter, and slipped in under the ceiling. With the underling gone, the boss pulled a cigarette from his breast pocket and took a long drag of it.
おお泣くんじゃね
Come on, don't cry.
え親は泣くとも子は育つもんだ清あいつもガキん時実の親に捨てられてな
And even the goons get backstory. Kids raise themselves even if they don't got parents. Kiyoshi, his parents threw him out when he was a kid.
そういうわしも親には苦労させられたもんだ飲む打つ買うの極道でな
My dad was hard on me too. Drinking, gambling, whoring bastard. She wasn't sure, but it seemed like the boss was trying to comfort her. He sat there, his back turned, talking about his own circumstances. But she wasn't listening. Cold tears trailed down her face. All that she could think of was her family, and Masaya.
どうしてマサヤくんが出てくるのかしら。
I wonder why I'm thinking of Masaya-kun. She had only just met him after all. It really was strange. But Ritsuko did seem to speak with him a lot. She might have told him about this, and he could come for her.
なんて。
Yeah, right. That was too much of a daydream for even her to believe. After what she'd pulled on him earlier that day, Masaya was even less likely to believe her than Ritsuko. Even if he did believe her, there was no way he would go through the trouble to save her.
せめてこれをあげるのが済んでからだったらな。
If only I'd been able to give him this first. Ayaka's eyes turned to the logo on the paper bag. Of course, with all that had happened, the contents had probably been crushed.
その頃わしはマグロ船に乗っていた。その船長が男気のある人でな。
That's how I ended up on a tuna boat. The captain there was a real good guy. Then it happened. The closet screen moved aside just a bit. Ayaka was so surprised she couldn't even speak.
さっき幽霊がどうとか言っていたけど、まさか本当に？
You said something about a ghost before. It can't be. She froze up, staring at the screen. Slowly, the tiny opening into the blackness within grew wider. She really gulped. In the faint darkness of the interior, a person's face appeared. Shh. And that 80s fighting music. Huh? Huh?
いえ、続けてくださいな。聞いていますから。
Nothing. Please continue. I'm listening. I held a finger in front of my lips and quietly entered the room. While keeping one eye on the boss's back, I crept over to Ayaka-san. I undid her legs first. That sounds wrong. Then her hands. It was hard and time-consuming, but the boss didn't notice a thing. The whole time, Ayaka-san's face was locked in surprise. We can get out through an opening above the closet.
わかったわ。
Alright. Ayaka-san reached over and picked up the paper bag she was next to her. It made a slight crackling sound, and my heart skipped a beat, but the boss was sitting pretty far away, and he didn't seem to hear. Now, hurry! Right. I returned to the closet and closed the screen again. It was pitch black, and all I could feel was our breathing.
どうして？
How? I could feel her hot breath against my face. I couldn't tell because of the dark, but she was definitely close. I'll explain later. Anyway, we're getting out of here. The board at the top is loose.
見えないわ。
At the top? I can't see. It's right above you when you stand. Just don't bump your head. There was a familiar sound, and I felt her slowly stand up.
本当だ。天井裏はうっすらと明るいのね。助かったわ。
You're right. I can see a bit of light beyond the ceiling. We're saved. You think I'll be okay? Can you make it?
どうかしら。私、お尻が大きいのよね。引っかからなければいいんだけど。
I'm not sure. I have a pretty big butt. I hope it doesn't get stuck. Huh? No, not that. I'm asking, can you pull yourself up? It's definitely wide enough. Oh, this is no time for joking around.
いえ、今のは本気。ねえ、マセイ君、ちょっと自信ないから下からさせて。
No, I was serious. Hey, Masaya-kun. I'm not sure I can. Can you give me a boost? Got it. I grabbed her hips tightly and lifted her up. The weight against my hands disappeared immediately as Ayaka-san began to support her own weight. Then, I followed her into the space above the ceiling and we called for the break in the wall.
ここから？
From here? Yes. Ayaka-san looked down below, then turned back to me nervously.
できるかしら私に。私、運動神経ないのよ。
I'm not sure if I can do it. I'm not very athletic. You'll be fine. Anyway, we don't have a choice.
そうね。あ、これ持ってもらってもいい？
Right. That's right. Could you hold this for me? Sure, but what is this thing?
それは後のお楽しみ。
You'll find out later. Having readied herself for the task, Ayaka-san stepped outside. Just hold on tight. The ring gutter is pretty sturdy, so you shouldn't have to worry about it breaking. Right. She clung to the ring gutter with her whole body and slowly made her way down. I think it's okay now. The moment I let my guard down, her foot slipped and she fell into the ground. I quickly jumped down after her. Ritsuko was waiting nervously, constantly looking between the apartment and her watch. It had been 10 minutes since Messiah left her. She knew she should call the police, but she hadn't heard any commotion from the apartment yet. Huh? Just then, she saw a figure stumbling towards her. It was the man from before. Ritsuko quickly turned back to the apartment. That's when it happened. Messiah came around from behind the building with Ayaka leaning on his shoulder. You! The man ran towards them on sight. Ayaka seemed to have twisted her ankle. There's no way they could escape him. The culprit was drawing closer. The moment he was about to pass Ritsuko, she stuck out a leg. The momentum that he built up sent him flying into a bush. He did a belly flop right on the pavement, then curled up into a ball where he lay. Not bad. Ritsuko let out a breath she had been holding. She could hardly believe what she had done herself. She realized that, if not for the peculiar boy standing in front of her, she would never have come here to save her sister. And what would have happened to Ayaka then? Without speaking any of those thoughts, Ritsuko looked up at Messiah in awe. Come on, let's go. Right.
ということだ。だから娘、おめえも。
And you're still telling your story? Jeez. And that's pretty much that. So listen, don't...
何いねえだと
But what? She's gone!
おい死ぬかと思ったぜ。
Ew. Ow. Thought it was dead back there.
くそ、あのガキ。今度会ったらマジでぶっ殺す。女の方も容赦なく張り倒す。
Damn, that little brat. Next time I see him, he's totally dead. I'll slap down that girl of his too.
そういや、ホヤじゃ大丈夫なのか？
Huh? That's right. You okay, boss?
ホヤジ！
Boss?
ホヤジ！
Boss!
あの野郎、もう許さねえ！
Is he really having a heart attack? Because he won't stop shaking. That punk is going to pay for this.
清志
Kiyoshi.
え、なんすか、親父？言いますか？
Huh? What's wrong, boss? You dying?
今すぐここから逃げるぞ。いいか、今すぐだ。
Let's get out of here right now. You hear me? Right now.
え？逃げるって、なんで？
Huh? Get out of here? Why?
幽霊が神隠ししやがったんだよ。
Really? The ghost took her away.
Huh?
And I thought he was a smart one. Oh well. And nice picture. And we have eyes. It's a good thing to know. There's no way that 3 people, one of them injured, could fit on a bike, so we went back on foot.
ねえリツコ、その紙バッグの中ちょっと見てみてくれない？
Hey, Ritsuko, could you check inside of that bag for me?
あれ？何これ？なんか中ぐちゃっとしてるけど。
Sure. What's this? Well, it's a little bit crushed, but it has to be a pastry.
ああ、やっぱり。
I knew it.
これ何？
What is this thing?
ケーキよ。
It's a cake.
ケーキ？
A cake?
まさやくんケーキが好きなんでしょ？ラバージュデクールの抹茶ホイップケーキが。
Isai-kun, you like cake, right? This is a lavage de koe green tea whip cake. Huh?
えって何よ？違ったの？
Don't say huh. Am I wrong? No, you're right. But how did you know? the Valle de Cor was a high-profile cafe that served good food and good sweets. It was also reasonably priced, so even at the depths of my poverty, I could eat there once a month.
ジホに聞いたのよ、マサヤくんの好物。
I asked Chio what you liked. Huh? Why?
だからお詫びの印に決まってるじゃない。
Because I wanted to show you how sorry I was. Sorry?
私だってたまには反省するんだから。それでお詫びとしてケーキでもおごってあげようと思ったってわけ。
Even I feel bad sometimes, you know. So I wanted to buy you a cake to make it up to you.
そのために今日は外に出たの？
And that is why you left the school grounds?
そうよ。
Yeah.
面倒くさがりの姉さんが。
What a pain you are.
まあ久しぶりに羽を伸ばそうと思ったってこともあるけどさ。
Well, I also wanted to stretch my wings a little. It's been a while.
でもぐちゃぐちゃか。残念。
But, it's all crushed. Too bad. But it's not inedible or anything, right? If it's not, then I'll eat it.
無理しないでいいわよ。またすぐに買ってくるから。
You don't have to force yourself. I'll just buy a new one. No, I mean it.
そう？じゃあ今食べる？
Really? Then you'll eat it right now? Yes.
リツコ貸して。
Mitsuku, hand it over.
けどフォークは？
Right, but do you have a fork?
手があるじゃない。
I have my hands.
手で？
Your hands? Yaka-san wrestled around in the bag, brought forth the cake, and held it up to my mouth.
はい。
Say ah! When I agreed to eat it, I didn't think it would turn into this. But on the other hand, my hands were full. So really, it was the only natural course of action. I felt a little self-conscious, though. Then, there were her bare fingers. A strange way of putting it, but when I closed my mouth, the tip of her finger remained inside. This is a really strange feeling. I think I paid more attention to the taste of her finger than the green tea whipped cake, even though it was flavorless. And what's the point?
くすぐったいわ。
Ah! That tickles! Really?
舌でペロペロしてもいいわよ。
You can lick it if you like.
冗談冗談。まあマサヤくんも気が引けるだろうし。
Just kidding. I think Miss Aiken's too shy anyway. Yeah, I did feel a little disappointed, but I wasn't about to say that.
もしかして残念だったりして。
You aren't feeling disappointed, are you? You saw right through me. The ruined shape didn't affect the flavor, so I happily ate all of it, even though it's flavorless.
大丈夫でしょうか。重たくないですか。まだ結構距離はありますが。
Are you alright? She's not too heavy, is she? It's still quite a distance.
何よ。私はそんな重たくないわよ。出るところは出ているけどね。
Hey, I'm not that heavy. I just have a little padding here and there. No kidding. I'd felt extremely unconscious of the softness against my body since the moment I had hefted her onto my back.
そうは言っても数十キロはあるんだから。
Even so, it's a few dozen kilograms of weight.
まあね。マサヤくん、辛くなったら言ってね。休み休み行きましょう。
That's true. Masaya-kun, let me know if it gets rough. We can take a little break. Sure. Is your leg feeling any better, Miyaka-san?
湿布でも貼れば平気よ。
Yeah, once I get a compress on it, it should be fine.
姉さん、
Sister. After a while, Mitsuko-chan spoke solemnly.
マサヤ様には感謝してね。マサヤ様がいなければきっと。
You should be grateful to Masaya-sama. If it hadn't been for him.
わかってる。ね、父さんも私の言うことを全然信じようとはしなかったのよ。電話したんだけどね。
Yeah, I know. Listen, Dad didn't even believe a single thing I said, Not even when I called him.
私も信じなかったんだからね、最初は。
I didn't believe you either, at first. The words sounded hard for her to say.
分かってる。悪いのは私。それは分かってるから。
Yeah, I know. It's all my fault. I know that much.
でも驚いたわ。襖がスルスル開いた時、まさかマサヤくんが来てくれるとは思わなかったから。
But I was surprised when the closet slid open, and I never thought it would be you. I used to live in that apartment. That's how I knew the secret passage.
そのこともまああるんだけど。
I guess that makes sense.
だってまさか助けに来てくれるなんて思わないじゃない。今日あんなことがあったばっかりで。
But I never thought you'd come to save me after what I did to you today. To be honest, I don't mind your mischievous side, Ayaka-san. So, I think even if this had been a lie, I wouldn't have minded it, so...
マサヤ様、あんまり甘やかさないでください。姉さん、すぐに調子に乗るので。
Masaya-sama, you shouldn't spoil her so much. She'll get ideas in her head.
それは否定できないわね。
I can't deny that.
否定してください。
You could at least try. But Ayaka-san, you were afraid, weren't you? When I got there, it looked like your eyes were red.
ああ、まあね。そりゃ怖かったわよ。誘拐なんて初めてだし。
Oh, yeah. I guess so. I was pretty scared. I've never been kidnapped before. They didn't do anything awful to you, did they?
それは平気。
Nothing like that. Just had to listen to a boring story. That's good to hear. I hope they get arrested soon.
姉さんもこれで少しは懲りてくださいね。
I hope you've learned your lesson, sister.
まあ、3日くらいはね。
I have. For about 3 days or so. For heaven's sake. And it's the 16th. This really is the longest chapter ever. At Ayaka-san's request, we decided not to tell the headmistress what happened. Really?
ごめんね。でもお母様にお説教されるのはもううんざりだからさ。
I'm sorry, but I'm tired of getting lectures from Mother. Well, I don't mind keeping it a secret, but...
だって君ヒーローじゃない。ちゃんと宣伝すれば評判はうなぎ登りだわ。
But you're a hero. If you told people about this, your approval would skyrocket. Oh, that's fine. That's not why I did it anyway.
ほんとごめん。その代わり、まあそれは今度でいいか。
I really am sorry. In exchange, well, next time maybe. I really did regret that I couldn't see the headmistress' reaction to finding out the truth. But at the same time, maybe it was for the best. But Masaya probably would have loved telling her I told you so. And my own reason for not wanting to tell the headmistress about this. Because how would she react if she learned that her daughter had really been in danger? Would she really be worried? Or... I felt a little frightened just thinking about it.
なんだか久しぶりね。こうしてすんなりと会合が始まるのは。
She probably would have become the most protective mother then after that. It feels like it's been some time since we could organize a meeting this easily. Huh. That's true.
でも今日はどうかしたの？朝からずっと元気がなかったのではなくて？
But what happened to you? You've been acting sluggish all day. My muscles are a little sore. I slept through most of yesterday, but...
筋肉痛？
Your muscles? I did carry a girl on my back for 2 hours after all. Wow. Then that night, while I was lying in bed, I couldn't stop thinking about that feeling against my back, or the taste of her fingers. It made it hard to sleep.
昨日？じゃあ、一昨日なんかあったの？
Yesterday? Did something happen the day before? No. I shook my head vaguely, remembering my promise to Ayaka-san. Just then, there was a knock at the door.
どうぞ
Come in.
ごきげんよ
Salutations. Probably now she'll join the society.
うあら綾香様
Oh, my. Ayaka-sama.
綾香様がいらっしゃるなんて珍しいですね
It's unusual to see you here, Ayaka-sama.
ねえリセ白百合会の会頭はあなただったわよね
Hey, Rise. You're the leader of the White Lily Society, right?
ええ
Yes.
じゃあ会頭さんにお願い私も勧誘っていうのそれに加えていただけないかしら
Then, let me make a request. Can I join as an affiliate? I'd like to help you out.
え綾香様が
Ayaka-sama? You? Risa-san looked quite surprised. She had expressed doubt when I talked about recruiting her before, so it must have been unexpected.
ああごめん正直言うとアソシアシオンとしての活動にはあんまり興味はないわけどね
Oh, sorry. To be honest, I'm not all that interested in the activities of the association. However, she broke off, turned her eyes to me, and let out a giggle.
マサヤくんのこと気に入っちゃったから
I am very interested in you, in Asaya-kun. Huh? Huh? We all expressed shock at the same time.
だからお手伝いしたいのよ彼がこの学校に残れるようにそういう動機でもいいでしょ
I want to help you so you can stay at our school. You don't mind if that's my motivation, right?
ええまあ構いませんけど
Yes. Well, I don't mind it, but
あら本当によかったわじゃあみんなこれからよろしくねパンクも
wow, really? That's great. Okay, everyone. I look forward to working with you. You too, Penku.
お近づきの印に購買でケーキとパンを買ってきたの中庭でお茶でもしましょう
As proof of our new friendship, I brought cake and bread for everyone. Let's have tea out in the garden.
綾香様
Because that's right, Pinchbill loves bread. Ayaka-sama,
何かしら
what is it?
どういう意味でしょうかマサヤさんを気に入ったとかなんとか
What exactly did you mean when you said you were interested in Masaya-san?
あらそのままの意味よ
Oh, it's exactly what you think.
またいつもの冗談ですか
Are you joking with us again?
今日明日くらいは私真面目なモードなのだから本気も本気よ
For 2 more days, I'm in honesty mode. So you can trust that I'm serious.
さあ行きましょうよ外はお天気よ
Well, let's go. The weather is great outside. Ayaka-san went out, but the others didn't follow immediately. Cake, huh? I like cake a lot more than I thought I did.
土曜日綾香様が急にマサヤの好物なんて訪ねてきたけどあれってもしかして
Yesterday, Ayaka-sama asked me out of nowhere what you like to eat. Was that because... she bought me a cake as an apology for all the fuss on Saturday. It's been a whole year, but lavish cakes are as good as ever. Well, let's get going. It seemed strange that they were still sitting, so I tried to prod them. Just then... And the chapter is going to end in another fight. Ow! 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 Ow!
いつの間に仲良くなったのよ
When did you get so chummy with her? Huh?
綾香様と
With Ayaka-sama? Well, I wouldn't say that.
言えないようなあれやこれやが
My, there's an awful lot you won't say, isn't there? That's not what I meant. You're as vicious as ever. Ow! 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 Ow!
何やってるのよ。遅いと思ったら。
What are you doing? Aren't you coming? And so, the members of the White Lily Society got to be the only ones who heard what happened on Saturday. The end. Yay. Compared to the other chapters, I think that was like 20 minutes longer. So, Chapter 7.
第7話。
The, me
傷跡の意味。
the meaning of the scar. I can only think about the goons, but probably not about the goons. And it's May 23rd.
月曜ごとに支持率が公開されているんでしょ。週末にアンケートが回ってくるものね。
And I'm gonna stop it here. So, thank you guys for watching Princess Evangile, but that's it for now. We finished 6 chapters, and there's probably a lot more to go. Since I'm probably only 14 hours into the game, and I still haven't made it to a route yet, so yeah. Well, anyways, in the comments below, tell me which route you guys want me to do first. Since, I like all the girls so far. They have their own thing. So the ones to choose from are Ayaka, well, everyone in the picture. So Ayaka, Ritsuko, or the thumbnail. Ayaka, Ritsuko, Rise, and Chio. Those 4. And Yoriko is unfortunately unavailable. Well, thank you guys for watching again, but that's it for Princess Evangile for now. So, bye guys, and thanks for watching.